through the first 5 innings. Were you worried at all about a potential no-hitter?
No, didn't really cross my mind really. I mean, it's a 9-inning game, you know. I thought Cruz pitched very well. For whatever reason, he handled us. I thought he'd mix his pitches very well, and you got to give him credit. So, but it's a 9-inning game. I think of that in the 5th inning. Thankfully, Kevin hit a 1-0 fastball out of the ballpark, and that was the difference in the game.
As you just kind of mentioned, the long ball helped you guys again. What did you see in Kramer's at bat?
Well, I mean, he's had a good year. He's had a good start to the year. He just hit a fastball in the middle of the plate, 1-0 count, and uses his experience a little bit, and you got to give him credit. We didn't get very many good swings off. I think Bouchard hit a ball hard, Bono hit a ball hard. Kramer's home run, and then after that, we didn't put a whole lot of good swings tonight on the ball. So that part of it was a little disappointing, coming off what we did in Orlando, and it looked like a team that could really hit. But as I told them, very natural, come home, have a letdown, and that's kind of what it felt like. Thankfully Griffin and the bullpen showed up, and that was really, the difference in the game is the way how they, competed and made pitches.
And as you just kind of mentioned, Griffin, he threw 6 scoreless innings, 6 Ks, first career victory. What was he doing to keep Long Beach State off balance?
Throwing strikes. The guy's going to be very good. And anybody that's really followed his career over the last couple of years, he led his CIF Santa Margarita team to the championship, and then he battled for the weekend rotation all fall, all January, and it came down to him and Dyer really for that Tuesday job, and we gave it to Griffin. Dyer, we felt, was a little more prepared to pitch out of the bullpen, and now Dyer's our 8th inning guy and set up Berge, so it's all good, but we believe in Griffin's ability and his ability to make pitches. He has 4 pitches. He's really a weekend guy pitching on Tuesday. Our belief, and he's only going to get better. He's still very young. It's only his 2nd career start, but I think you can see the makings of a pretty good pitcher. Pitches with his fastball. He locates his fastball. 88 to 90. It's big enough. But good curveball, good change, good slider, very good complementary pitches, and that makes the guy tough. And he's got a mindset. He's a competitor. So you add all those things. He's an athlete. He got off the mound, made that play to second base on the bunt. That was a big difference in the game as well. Cutting that runner off, and I was happy for Griffin because he had a good start against Northridge, but his numbers really didn't show it. Northridge did a good job against them, and then he threw 1 inning. Orlando gives up 2 runs, gets a loss. I blame myself for that one, really. And so those numbers were skewed, and it's really early in the year, but, with today's performance, obviously that, kick-started him, I think, in the right direction.
You feel like it seems like this team is back to a couple years ago where you've got depth at positions. I mean, last year you were devastated by injuries, and it was kind of, you had a core group of guys, and that's who you had to roll with the entire time. The depth on not only in the lineup but also in the bullpen. Now that you can put Dyer out there, you got 7, 8, 9 guys, kind of set up. How much does that help you when you give the ball to a freshman on Tuesday? If you can get 6 out of him, you got 7, 8, 9 taken care of.
Well, it's big. We're really into roles. We're really into setting the game up. The way we have over the last 5, 6 years, and it's just been a big deal, a big identity part of our program is having roles in the bullpen and having one of our strengths be our bullpen. And at times this year it hasn't been. We've given up some runs out of the bullpen, which was a little disappointing in Orlando. But I think tonight you saw what they're capable of doing. Forbes and Dyer they got stuff, and they make pitches, and they got good breaking balls and good angles to their fastball, and then you set up for Berg. So I think it gives Griffin a lot of confidence that he can go out there and kind of get after for 6 innings. He was at 86 pitches, and we took him out after that and turned the ball over, and those guys did a good job in a tight game. It's a 1-run game, so you don't have much room to make a mistake. So I think you got to give those guys. We didn't walk a guy tonight, which was good. I don't think we could afford to, and I think we struck out 12. So clearly those numbers are on the positive side.
What's it feel like to be able to write Kramer in the lineup again?
It's nice. We missed him last year so much, and he had labrum surgery, or we had news of the labrum on opening night last year against Portland, and it was just it was a dagger. And he's worked extremely hard to get back, and just great to put him in shortstop and in our lineup, and it makes a world of difference in our team chemistry and our leadership. And he's a guy that he's a born leader, and a guy that I think he's a good baseball player.
And your pitcher's got to be happy too, having kind of a true shortstop back
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Like example, in the ninth inning, those 2 balls are deep in the
Right.
hole. Maybe you don't make last year. This year, you got Kramer. He's got the arm to be
Right.
able to get them there.
Yeah.
Have you? Is there more confidence from the pitchers, you think, or or even from you guys and the staff, just
Well, I
having
think
him
so.
out there?
I mean, we're just we're bigger, we're a little faster on defense, certainly in the outfield with Peterson and Bono, and now we can play Stevens when he comes back, and Moore, and Urabi comes in, like you said, a defensive replacement late, and we have more options in the infield with Bouchard and Valleca. They're 2 very good young freshmen, and Chris Keck is off to a good start, and then Kramer. So it's nice to have those guys back. I mean, there's no question and Chatterton did a good job last year. He really did. I mean, but he played every pitch of every inning, I think, and I just don't know if that's the position we want to be in, but it's nice to have a true shortstop back in that position, and a Pac-12 player, and a guy that's had a lot of success in his career, now back in that position.
And as you kind of alluded to, Brett Stevens got injured in Orlando. What happened to him, and how long is he going to be out?
Well, just diving back from pickoff, second base, and he dove back, and I think the shortstop came down and spiked him and cut him open pretty good, but it was more of the fracture, that was the difference. So I think we're looking at 2 or 3 weeks. We're hoping that he's back for Washington in the first series. I don't think he'll be ready for next weekend, the Dodger Classic, which is too bad because he was really playing well. I mean, he had 13 runs in 5 games. I mean, the guy hitting over 400 and really was our leadoff guy. So when he got hurt, we moved everybody up, and that's kind of the position we're in right now. And people get hurt, things happen. We know that very well, and that's why, like Shotgun said, you got to have depth, and we have more depth this year. So we have guys to go to, where last year we really didn't have a whole lot of players to go to. So he'll be out for 2 to 3 weeks, and he'll be back at it.